They called my videos a hobby, said I'd never make real money. Now their house is paid off by my hobby. Some parents believe in their children, mine believed in ridicule. And the worst part, I almost believed them too. I'm going to tell you about the day I became invisible. Not literally invisible, but the kind where your own parents look through you like you're made of glass, like your dreams are so ridiculous they don't even register as real. It started 3 years ago. I was 27, living in a cramped studio apartment in Denver with walls so thin I could hear my neighbor's alarm clock every morning at 6:15. The carpet smelled like old coffee and someone else's mistakes. But it was mine. My first place after college. My first real taste of independence. I'd been filming YouTube videos for about 8 months. Nothing fancy, just me, a ring light I bought on sale, and stories. I'd always loved stories, the way they could transport you, make you feel less alone. So I started a channel called Midnight Confessions. I'd sit in front of my camera at night after my barista shift and tell stories about betrayal, redemption, difficult choices, real life stuff. The kind of thing that keeps you up at 3 a.m. wondering if you made the right call. My parents thought it was cute. That's the word my mom used, cute. Like I was 7 years old playing dress up. I remember the day I told them I was going to pursue YouTube full time. We were at their house for Sunday dinner. My dad had just finished grilling chicken. The air smelled like charcoal and rosemary. My mom had set the table with the same blue placemats she'd had since I was in high school. I'd rehearsed my pitch all week. So, I said, cutting into my chicken, I wanted to talk to you both about something. My dad looked up, fork paused midair. I'm going to focus on my YouTube channel full time. I've been growing steadily. I'm at 15,000 subscribers now. If I can just dedicate real hours to it, I think I could. Honey, my mom interrupted, the way she said it, like she was explaining something to a child. That's not a career. My dad nodded, took a sip of water. What about the marketing position at Deborah's company? She said they're hiring. I don't want to work in marketing, I said. I want to create content, tell stories, build something that's mine. My mom reached across the table, patted my hand. Her rings felt cold against my skin. We're just worried about you. You're almost 30. You need stability, health insurance, a retirement plan. YouTube creators make real money, Mom. Some of them make millions. Some of them, my dad said. Not most. What makes you think you're going to be one of the lucky ones? I didn't have an answer for that. Because the truth is, I didn't know. I just knew that every time I hit upload, every time someone commented saying my story helped them through a hard night, I felt something I'd never felt at any other job. Purpose. But you can't explain purpose to people who measure success in salary and benefits. I just need you to believe in me, I said quietly. My mom smiled. That sad, pitying smile parents give when they think you're making a mistake but they're too polite to say it outright. We do believe in you, sweetie. We just want you to be realistic. That dinner ended with my mom giving me a check for $200. For groceries, she said. I took it because my bank account had $63 and rent was due in a week. I kept that check stub in my wallet for 3 years, folded into a tiny square. A reminder of the day my parents decided my dreams were small enough to fit on a grocery receipt. Over the next year, I worked like I'd never worked before. I posted 3 videos a week, researched trending topics, studied thumbnails and titles, learned basic editing. My apartment became a studio. I ate ramen 4 nights a week to afford better equipment, a microphone, lighting, a decent camera. My channel grew, slowly, 20,000 subscribers, then 30, then 50. But growth doesn't pay rent. YouTube monetization requires 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I hit that milestone at month 10. Started making about $300 a month, barely enough to cover groceries and internet. I picked up freelance transcription work, worked until 2 a.m. most nights, slept 4 hours, woke up and did it again. My parents called every Sunday. How's the job search going? Have you thought about going back to school? Your cousin Rebecca just got promoted to senior analyst. They never asked about my channel. Not once. It was like it didn't exist. I stopped going to Sunday dinners, made excuses, said I was busy, working on a project they didn't push. I think they were relieved. By month 18, I was exhausted. My subscriber count had plateaued at 75,000. My videos were getting decent views, 10,000, sometimes 20, but the algorithm was brutal. One week I'd get 50,000 views. The next week, 3,000. The income was inconsistent. Some months I'd make $800, other months $200. I was behind on rent again. My landlord was a patient woman named Gloria. She'd given me extensions before, but everyone has limits. I called my mom. It was a Tuesday afternoon, October. The air had that crisp bite that meant winter was coming. I was sitting on my apartment floor, surrounded by camera equipment and rejection. Hey, Mom. Oh, hi, sweetie, how are you? My voice cracked. I tried again. I'm not doing great. I'm behind on rent, about $1,200. I know it's a lot to ask, but. Honey, she said. I heard dishes clinking in the background. You know we'd love to help, but we've told you before. We can't keep enabling this YouTube thing. Enabling? Like my dream was an addiction. I'm not asking you to enable anything, I said. I'm asking for help just this once. I'll pay you back, I promise. That's what you said last time. Last time was 8 months ago, $300 to fix my car. I did pay you back, I said. After 4 months, she said. Look, your father and I talked about this. We think you need to face reality. You're almost 30. It's time to get a real job. We can help you update your resume, make some calls, but we're not going to keep funding a hobby. The word hobby hit like a slap. It's not a hobby, I said. It's my career. A career pays the bills, honey. What you're doing is gambling, and we're not going to support that anymore. I sat there, holding the phone, listening to my mom breathe. Okay, I said finally, I understand. We love you, she said. We're just trying to help you make good choices. I hung up, sat in the silence of my apartment. The walls felt closer than before. I called my dad that evening, thought maybe he'd be different, more understanding. He wasn't. Your mother's right, he said. You need to grow up, stop chasing these fairy tales. The world doesn't work like that. It works like that for some people, I said. You're not some people, you're our daughter, and we're watching you throw your life away. That's when I realized something. They weren't worried about me. They were embarrassed of me. Their friends had children who were engineers, doctors, consultants. What did they have? A daughter who talked to a camera in a tiny apartment. A daughter who couldn't pay her own rent. I was their failure. And they couldn't forgive me for it. I figured out how to scrape together rent. Sold my laptop, bought a cheaper one refurbished, picked up extra transcription shifts, barely slept. My eyes burned constantly, but I made it work. November came, then December. My channel was stuck. No matter what I tried, I couldn't break through. I'd watch other creators explode overnight, go from 50,000 subscribers to 500,000 in a month. Wonder what they had that I didn't. Christmas dinner was mandatory. My mom had been texting for weeks. You have to come, it's Christmas, family tradition. I almost said no, but guilt is a powerful thing. I drove to their house on Christmas Eve. The suburbs looked like a greeting card, white lights on every house, wreaths on doors, snow on lawns. Their house smelled like cinnamon and pine. My mom hugged me, held on a little too long. We've missed you. My dad was in the living room, watching football. He looked up when I walked in. Hey, kiddo. The conversation was surface level. Weather, traffic, my aunt's hip surgery. Nobody asked about YouTube. We sat down for dinner. Turkey, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, the same meal we'd had every Christmas since I was born. That's when my mom brought it up. So, she said, passing the gravy, we have some exciting news. My dad smiled, the kind of smile that means someone's about to brag. We're refinancing the house, my mom said. Got a great rate. We're we're going to renovate the kitchen, finally get rid of those old countertops. That's great, I said, meant it. Their kitchen was stuck in 1995. We're actually doing pretty well, my dad added. Your mom got a raise, my investments are up. We might even take a trip to Italy next year. The words hung there. Italy. They were planning a trip to Italy. While I sold my laptop to make rent. That's really great, I said again. My voice sounded hollow. You know, my mom said, scooping potatoes onto her plate, if you had a stable job, you could travel too, see the world, build a real life. There it was. The dig. Hidden under concern, wrapped in maternal advice. I have a real life, I said. You know what I mean, she said. But that wasn't the worst part. After dinner, I went to the bathroom, walked past my dad's home office. The door was cracked. I heard voices, my parents talking in low tones. I shouldn't have listened. But I did. I just don't understand what we did wrong, my mom was saying. Becca's daughter is a nurse, Tom's son is in law school, and our daughter makes videos on the internet, my dad finished. It's embarrassing, my mom said, the word echoed. People ask me what she does, and I don't even know what to say. I make something up, say she's freelancing, working on her career. My chest tightened. She'll figure it out eventually, my dad said. She'll run out of money, get desperate, then she'll have to get a real job. I hope you're right, my mom said. I just worry we're too soft on her. Maybe if we'd been harder, pushed more, she wouldn't be in this mess. I stood there in the hallway. The Christmas lights blurred in my peripheral vision. This whole time, I thought they were worried about me. Turns out they were just ashamed. I left before dessert, made an excuse, said I wasn't feeling well. My mom hugged me at the door. Drive safe, honey, we love you. I drove home in silence. No radio, no podcasts, just the sound of tires on wet pavement. That night I sat in my apartment, lights off, city glow filtering through the blinds. I pulled up my channel analytics, 78,000 subscribers. My last video had gotten 12,000 views, not bad, not viral, just adequate. I thought about quitting. Just stopping, deleting the channel, getting a marketing job, becoming the daughter they wanted. But then I'd be proving them right. And I couldn't let that happen. Not yet. January was the hardest month of my life. I posted 6 videos. None of them broke 10,000 views. My subscriber growth flatlined. I was losing money. Equipment needed replacing. My camera was acting up. The lens had a weird spot that appeared in every shot. I was working transcription gigs, 16 hours a day just to stay afloat. My apartment lease was up for renewal. Rent was increasing. $400 more per month. I couldn't afford it. I started looking at cheaper places, studio apartments in worse neighborhoods, basements, room rentals. I felt like I was moving backwards. At night, I'd lie in bed and think about my childhood, the way my dad used to tell me I could be anything, the way my mom used to braid my hair before school and tell me I was special. When did I stop being special? When did I become an embarrassment? There was this moment. I was 12. My dad and I were in the garage. He was fixing my bike. The chain had come off. You know what I love about you? He said, hands covered in grease. You don't give up. You fall off your bike, you get right back on. I remember feeling so proud. Now, 27-year-old me was falling, and he wasn't there to catch me. I thought about that a lot, how the people who teach you to be brave are sometimes the first to call you foolish. I used to think family meant safety. Now it just meant evidence. Evidence that I wasn't good enough, wasn't successful enough, wasn't the daughter they'd hoped for. In February, I almost quit. I was editing a video, another story about betrayal and redemption, but I couldn't focus. The words felt empty. Who was I to tell stories about overcoming obstacles when I couldn't overcome my own? I called my best friend Jenna. We'd been friends since college. She was a teacher, married, had a stable life, the kind my parents wished I had. I think I'm done, I told her. I can't keep doing this, I'm drowning. You're not drowning, she said. You're learning to swim. That's a nice metaphor, I said, but metaphors don't pay rent. What do you want me to say? She asked. That you should quit? Get a corporate job and spend 40 years wondering what if? Maybe wondering what if is better than knowing I failed. You haven't failed, Jenna said. Her voice was firm. You're in the middle. The middle is always the hardest part, but you don't get to the end by stopping in the middle. I wanted to believe her. But belief was expensive, and I was broke. That week, I posted a video I almost didn't publish. It was called When Nobody Believes in You, Do You Give Up? It was raw, more personal than anything I'd shared before. I talked about my parents, about feeling invisible, about working until my hands shook and my eyes burned, about the loneliness of chasing a dream nobody else can see. I published it at 2 a.m. on a Thursday. And then I went to bed, fully prepared to delete my channel in the morning. But here's a question I want to ask you. If your family stopped believing in you, would you keep believing in yourself? Would you? Because that's the question I was facing, and I didn't have an answer. I woke up to my phone vibrating. It was 9 a.m., I'd slept through my alarm. My phone screen was full of notifications, dozens of them, hundreds. At first, I thought something was wrong. Then I opened YouTube. My video, the one I'd posted 7 hours ago, the raw, vulnerable one I almost didn't publish. It had 300,000 views. I stared at the number, refreshed, 320,000, refreshed again, 350,000. The comments were flooding in. This made me cry. Thank you for sharing your truth. My parents said the same thing to me. I thought I was alone. You're going to make it. I believe in you. I sat up in bed, hands shaking. The video kept climbing. By noon, it had 1 million views. By evening, 3 million. My subscriber count was jumping. Hundreds of new subscribers every minute. My phone couldn't keep up with the notifications. I didn't leave my apartment for 3 days. I just watched the numbers climb, responded to comments, cried, laughed, cried again. By the end of the week, the video had 12 million views. My channel went from 78,000 subscribers to 600,000. And then the emails started coming. Brand deals, sponsorships, companies wanting to partner with me, a makeup brand offering $15,000 for one sponsored video, a meal kit service offering $10,000, a mattress company, a VPN service. I didn't even know what to do with the emails. I called Jenna. It happened, I said, my voice was shaking. Jenna, it happened. What happened? The video, it went viral. Everything's changing. She screamed, actual screaming. I had to hold the phone away from my ear. I told you, she said. I told you to keep going. Over the next month, everything accelerated. I hired a manager, someone to help me navigate contracts and sponsorships. Her name was Patricia. She'd worked with other creators, knew the industry. You have something special, she told me during our first call. Authenticity. People are tired of perfect, they want real. My income went from $300 a month to $40,000. Then 80. Then 120. I couldn't process it. The numbers didn't feel real. I'd wake up and check my bank account like I was checking a dream. I moved out of my cramped studio, got a 2-bedroom apartment with actual sunlight, bought a real bed, a couch, made my space feel like home. I didn't tell my parents. They still called every Sunday, still asked about the job search. I gave vague answers, said things were going okay. They didn't ask for details. They still hadn't watched a single one of my videos. By month 3, my channel hit 2 million subscribers. I was getting recognized in coffee shops. People would come up to me, tell me my videos helped them, changed their perspective, gave them courage. It was surreal. But there was something missing. Validation. Not from strangers, from my parents. I wanted them to see, to understand, to admit they were wrong. But I didn't know how to make that happen. Until I got an idea. It came to me on a Saturday morning. I was reviewing my finances with Patricia, looking at my income, my savings. The money was accumulating faster than I could spend it. You need to think about investments, Patricia said. Real estate, retirement accounts, building long-term wealth. That's when I remembered. My parents' mortgage. They'd mentioned it at Christmas, the refinancing, the renovation plans. I did some research, public records, property values, loan information. Their mortgage balance was $280,000. I had that in my savings, money I'd made from YouTube, from the channel they called a hobby. I thought about it for 2 weeks, played out different scenarios, different ways to tell them, different reactions. And then I decided. I wasn't going to tell them. I was going to show them. I contacted their mortgage company in April. Explained what I wanted to do, pay off the full balance, as a gift. The representative was confused at first. This is highly unusual, she said. I know, I said, can it be done? Yes, but we'll need verification of funds, transfer authorization. It'll take a few weeks to process. That's fine, I said. I wired the money, $283,000, the full balance plus closing costs. The transaction took 3 weeks. In that time, I didn't tell anyone, not Jenna, not Patricia, nobody. This was between me and my parents. The payoff was finalized on a Tuesday. I wrote a note, kept it simple, 3 lines. Your mortgage is paid off, in full, from your daughter who wastes time on YouTube. I printed it, put it in an envelope, drove to their house. It was late afternoon, golden hour, the suburb looked peaceful, kids riding bikes, someone mowing a lawn. I parked across the street, watched their house for a moment. Then I walked to the door, left the envelope on their doormat, rang the bell, and walked away. I was in my car when my mom opened the door. I watched her bend down, pick up the envelope, open it. I couldn't see her face, but I saw her body language change. Her hand went to her mouth. She turned, went inside. I drove away. My phone rang 20 minutes later, my mom. I let it go to voicemail. She called again and again. I listened to the voicemail that night. Honey, it's Mom. We got your note, and we checked with the bank. They confirmed it's real. The mortgage it's gone. We don't understand. How did you do this? Her voice cracked. Please call us back. We need to talk to you. We need to apologize. I listened to the message 3 times. Then I deleted it. I didn't call back for a week. I needed time, space, to figure out what I wanted to say. When I finally did call, my dad answered. Mia, he said, just my name, heavy with 1,000 unsaid words. Hi, Dad. He stopped, cleared his throat. We don't know what to say. You don't have to say anything, I said. Yes, we do, my mom's voice. She'd picked up the other line. Mia, we were wrong, so wrong about everything. Your YouTube channel, your dreams, we didn't understand. We thought we were protecting you, but we were just scared. Scared of what? I asked. That you'd fail, my dad said quietly. That you'd struggle, that we'd have to watch you get hurt. So you hurt me first, I said. A silence. Yes, my mom said. Yes, we did, and we're so sorry. I sat in my apartment, looking out at the city. The lights were coming on, street lamps, windows, stars above the pollution. I needed you to believe in me, I said. Not in what I could do, just in me, in my choice, in my ability to figure it out, but you didn't. We believe in you now, my dad said. Now that I've proven you wrong. More silence. You shouldn't have had to prove anything, my mom said. Her voice was thick, she was crying. You're our daughter, we should have supported you, no matter what, and we didn't, we failed you. I heard the tears, the regret, the shame. And something in me softened. Not forgiveness, not yet, but something like understanding. I don't need you to pay me back, I said. The mortgage was a gift, but I need you to understand something. My YouTube channel isn't a hobby, it's my career. It's how I make a living, it's how I paid off your house, and I need you to respect that. We do, my dad said. We will, we promise. And I need you to watch my videos, I said. Not because they're viral, not because they make money, but because they're mine, because they matter to me. And if I matter to you, they should matter to you too. We'll watch them, my mom said, all of them. I took a breath, let it out slowly. Okay, I said. We talked for another hour, about the channel, about my journey, about the video that changed everything. They asked questions, real questions, not skeptical ones, curious ones. It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. I visited them 2 weeks later. Saturday afternoon, the same time I used to come for Sunday dinners. My mom opened the door, hugged me, held on tight. I'm so proud of you, she whispered. Inside, the house smelled like coffee and something baking. Cookies, my favorite kind, chocolate chip with sea salt. My dad was in the living room. He stood when I walked in, hugged me too. Thank you, he said, for the mortgage, for giving us something we don't deserve. You're my parents, I said. You made mistakes, but so did I. I shut you out when things got hard, stopped communicating, maybe if I'd been more open. No, my mom said firmly. You were protecting yourself from us, because we made you feel like you had to. That's on us. We sat down, drank coffee, ate cookies. My mom pulled out her phone. I watched your videos, she said. All of them. The one about the sister who stole the inheritance, the one about the husband who had a secret family, and the one that went viral, the one about nobody believing in you. She looked at me, eyes red. That was about us, wasn't it? I nodded. I'm sorry, she said. I'm sorry we made you feel invisible. You didn't make me feel invisible, I said. You made me feel like I had to be invisible, like my dreams were too big or too silly to exist in your world, so I stopped sharing them with you. My dad rubbed his face. We thought we were being practical, protective, but we were just being small, my mom finished. We were thinking small, and we tried to make you small too, but you wouldn't fit. Thank God you wouldn't fit. I felt tears prick my eyes. This was the conversation we should have had 3 years ago, the one where they asked about my dreams instead of dismissing them, the one where they saw me, really saw me. Better late than never. Before I left, my mom gave me something. The check stub, the one from that Sunday dinner 3 years ago, $200 for groceries. I found this in your old room, she said. You kept it. I did, I said, as a reminder. Of what? That I proved you wrong. She smiled, sad and proud at the same time. Yes, you did, you absolutely did. I took the check stub, looked at it one last time. Then I ripped it up, let the pieces fall into her kitchen trash. I don't need reminders anymore, I said. 3 months later, I hit 5 million subscribers. My parents threw a party, invited their friends, the same friends they've been embarrassed to talk to about me. This is my daughter, Mia, my mom said, introducing me to a neighbor. She's a YouTube creator. She has 5 million subscribers. Isn't that incredible? The pride in her voice was real, and it felt good. Not because I needed it anymore, but because it meant they'd finally learned to see success in something other than traditional terms. That night, I posted a new video. It was called What Happens When You Prove Everyone Wrong. I talked about the journey, the doubt, the loneliness, the night I almost gave up. And I talked about my parents, about how they didn't believe in me, and how I paid off their mortgage, and how they apologized. I ended the video with this. People will doubt you, people you love, people you trust, and you'll have 2 choices. Let their doubt become yours, or let it fuel you, make you stronger, make you prove that the only opinion that matters is your own. I chose the second option, and it changed my life. Not because I got rich, not because I got famous, but because I learned something more valuable than money or validation. I learned that I could bet on myself and win. The video got 8 million views in the first week. My parents watched it together. My mom called me after. We love you, she said, not because you're successful, but because you're you, and we should have said that a long time ago. You're saying it now, I said, that's what matters. I still make videos, still tell stories. My channel is at 7 million subscribers now. I've been able to buy a house, travel, build a life that doesn't depend on anyone's permission. But the thing I'm most proud of isn't the numbers. It's the fact that I didn't give up, even when the people who were supposed to believe in me didn't, even when it would have been easier to quit. I kept going, and that made all the difference. I see my parents regularly now. Sunday dinners are back, but different, better. They ask about my work, watch my videos, comment, share them with their friends. Last week, my dad sent me a text. Watched your latest video. Made me think about my own dreams, the ones I gave up on because people said they weren't practical. Thank you for reminding me that it's never too late. I read that text 5 times. Because that's what this was always about. Not revenge, not proving people wrong. It was about showing that dreams aren't foolish. They're fuel. They're what make us human, and the people who mock your dreams are usually the ones who gave up on their own. My mom asked me recently if I ever regretted the struggle, the poverty, the doubt, the nights I thought I wouldn't make it. I thought about it, really thought about it. No, I said, because if it had been easy, I wouldn't have appreciated it, and I wouldn't have learned what I'm capable of. She nodded, understanding in her eyes. You're stronger than we ever knew, she said. I'm stronger than I ever knew, I corrected. And that's the truth. They said I was wasting my time on YouTube, said I'd never make real money, never build a real life. But I did, on my terms, in my way. And the house I paid off, it's more than a mortgage, it's proof, not for them, for me. Proof that when you believe in yourself, even when nobody else does, you can build something nobody else thought possible. That's not just a career, that's a legacy. And it started with a girl in a cramped apartment, a ring light, and a dream too big to fit in anyone else's box. Family tried to make me small, but I had roots too deep for that. And now I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Have you ever had to stand up to your family for what was right? Tell me your story below. And if you believe in chasing dreams, even when nobody else does, subscribe for more.